Hi everyone, Jon Mitchell here, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So a couple of brief updates this week. On Monday, the school committee voted on the name of the new elementary school that is being built on Bolton Street in the South End. It's a brand new school that will combine the Congdon and Duval schools, which have been around for well over 100 years now. And so over the last few weeks, members of the public have made a number of suggestions about what that new name should be. And we've got a good number of really terrific ideas. And we appreciate the time that people took, not just to submit names, but also to explain their rationale for making those suggestions. The committee ultimately voted, and that included me, on essentially keeping the names of the two old schools and calling the new school the Congdon Duval's Elementary School. And the reason, I'll speak for myself, the reason I voted for that was that I just thought it was really important to retain the names of two exceedingly important individuals on a school building here in the city. In the case of James Congdon was a foundational figure in New Bedford. He was not only the first city council president, but he also drafted the city charter, and he was in many respects the father of the New Bedford public school system. So a really important figure in pre-Civil War New Bedford. Someone whose work really helped set up New Bedford to go from a town to a city. And the other is Father Duval's, who just led an extraordinary life, did not live long, but someone who distinguished himself most on the battlefields of Western Europe in World War I. He grew up in the city. His parents were, one parent was Azorean, the other was Cape Verdean, and he became a priest, and during World War I, he was a chaplain in the 26th Infantry Division, the so-called Yankee Division, and he saw a lot of action on the Western Front, ministering to the wounded in the trenches in no man's land, at great risk to himself. And he ultimately was gravely wounded, and as a result of his actions was awarded the Distinguished Service Cross, which is the second highest military honor in the United States. Someone who was greatly revered in the city. He died not too many years after the war as a result of his injuries, but he was certainly a revered figure. And so it made sense to me to retain his name as well. So we're proud to call it the Congdon Duval's Elementary School, and we hope that now when the school's built, everybody's going to like it and remember those names, because those are people that we would like for our school children to emulate. The second thing I just wanted to say is that we've got good things going on this weekend, as we do every weekend in the summer. The Pearlie Baker Band, which is a locally famous band, is going to be playing in the Summer Sound Series on Friday on Union Street. They always attract a huge crowd. Those guys are great. Operation Clean Sweep this Sunday, and this Saturday, and we hope to see people go out for that. You can find information about that on the city's website, and lots of other stuff going on. Last thing I just want to say is, obviously this week was a momentous week in that with the attempted assassination of former President Trump, and it was a scary moment. Thankfully, he was not gravely injured. And of course, our prayers go out to the families of the gentleman who was killed in the incident. But I think it's a moment that should force some reflection on everybody in public life, and everybody who engages in public life, including on social media, that we need to strive to tone it down a little bit. Everybody needs to catch themselves. There's a lot of anxiety out there right now, and we need to, before we say something, we should reflect on how it might be received by others. We all care greatly and love our country, and in order for our country to continue to thrive and continue to be the hope of the world, we need to make sure that we're finding ways to come together and unify and work together. So I think hopefully some good will come out of this incident last week as a result, if we were able to step back just a little bit. With all that, this has been the Mayor's Weekly Update. We will see you next week.